Are you feeling sad today? Where are you? Do you know why you're feeling sad? Well, say it. I want to hear it. Yeah, seriously, say it to yourself. Say why you're sad. Say why you're frustrated. Say why you're angry. Say it. I want to hear it. Not so much that I want to hear it, but you need to hear it. It's one thing to think it and say it in your head. It's another thing to actually say it aloud and really verbalize it in the air and let that vibration of your vocal cords make those words come out. You can say why you're angry at whoever, or you can really point the finger at yourself and say why you're angry at yourself. Why have you waited too long? Why have you not taken a chance in yourself? There are many reasons why you waited, you didn't take a chance, you just didn't, right? There's many reasons why. And yet, you still have not found the energy, the right energy, to move you forward. It's already day 19 into the new year. Day 19. Isn't that something? And you have yet to do something of any significance for you. Oh, but I have all these other life responsibilities. So does everyone else. You have to say those words aloud. You have to say those words with conviction. Because I don't believe that you're tired of it. Because the first step is to say it. Next step is to figure out what to do about it. If you're frustrated, what's going to stop you from being frustrated? If you're sad, what's going to make you happy? If you're angry, what's going to change that mood? Because anger can be a dangerous energy. Unless you know how to move it and finagle it in your favor. And people don't seem to understand that. What would it take? What will it take? I can't answer that question for you. Nobody can. You know, you can come out with whatever you want to come out with. You can re-energize yourself in any type of way that you see fit. But it's always about redefining yourself, making that decision. You've made certain choices in life that you feel have locked you in, that you just simply can't get a break. At the end of the day, you have to take those things on. Sometimes, a lot of times actually, what stops people is having children. Oh, if I would have did this first, to go to school first, or if I would have did this first instead of having children, there's no going back. What you have to understand and do is just move forward. Now you have to figure out how do you attack your goal with the situation that you're in. Because that situation's not going to change. You're having a kid, it's not going to change. I have no help. There's always help. There's always something that can happen that can assist you. The time is never going to be perfect. Your feelings is because you're allowing it. You're allowing these ratchet feelings, these bad behaviors to continue to prosper in your life, like they belong there. Frustration doesn't belong in your life in a daily circumstance. Everyone gets frustrated, but daily, yeah. Everybody gets angry, but daily, everybody gets unhappy, but daily. And these are questions you have to really ask yourself. You know, having those feelings can be turned around. Some people may need a nudge. Some people need more than that, and that's where you're gonna have to really take that total control into your own hands about how you decide how you want to move. No one can really take you by the hand. No one can really just say, "Hey, jump in the passenger seat. Let me show you the way." It's not about that. It really isn't, because what would you learn? You know, no doubt when I raise my kids, there's certain things I don't want them to go through. If I can help them not go through it. Certain things I want to try to avoid. The biggest thing I done for them was environment. And I removed them from a potential environment that could have changed their life forever. I moved from Brooklyn to Atlanta. And the Brooklyn I moved to is not the Brooklyn of today, where you have microbreweries and cool little restaurants and hipsters walking around. No, the Brooklyn I'm talking about was gutter, where motherfuckers died in the projects every fucking day. But gunshots range more than the fucking clouds did. But there were certain things I knew they were going to lose with that as well. They were not going to have street smarts. But I still had to kind of prepare them for that type of world anyway. And then I had to guide them to a world I really wasn't familiar with. I didn't know how it was to live in a cul-de-sac. So as new as it was for them, it was fucking new for me too. And I enjoyed it like a little fucking kid. I never got to grow up in a house. They did. But I was growing up with them at the same time. Because I never grew up in a house. I was enjoying that shit as if I was a kid as well. It's okay to be afraid. It's okay to be scared. It's a natural feeling. You know, we tend to not really understand our feelings a lot of times, or who we are as a person. And those days have to come to a stop. We really have to figure out who we are. My breakthrough moment was when I couldn't take it anymore. I was getting stressed out by certain things I couldn't control. I was getting stressed out on things I could control. You know, I'm not saying just don't give a fuck about nothing. not saying that, but if you can't control it, you know, you can't go crazy about it. Let's say you owe some bills. Let's say you are an average American who living a paycheck still in 2018, and you have bills to pay. And let's say you are making less money than what you're putting out. You need to call these people you owe money to and make a payment plan. It's really that simple. Stop avoiding the phone calls. Answer the call and say, hey, this is my situation. This is what I can do. I can't pay you $200 a month. I can pay you $20. You can still take control of the situation. I always do believe there's somewhat of a control factor in every situation. You have to look for the moment now, because, just looking at it for face value, a lot of times there is no control there. But you can still control something of that situation. And that's where you have to figure out what part in that situation can you truly take partnership in and take control of that particular part of it. Because I'm sure you heard of controllables and uncontrollables. It's used in business all the time. I couldn't control this, but I can control this. And that's what you have to look at. If you know a particular store continues to get robbed, you can't control that part of it. But what you can control is, don't take your ass to that fucking store no more. Because now you have the fucking information or what the fuck not to do or what you continue to keep doing. Because if you go to that store regardless of the information that you have, knowing that store gets robbed every day at fucking 3 o'clock, and you go there at fucking 3 o'clock, then you fucking deserve to get robbed too. That was something you can absolutely fucking control. But again, you have to look at the situation and the part of the situation that's going to give you that control factor. That you can really take handle of that and make a proper decision based on the part that you can control. It's not very difficult, people, but it's something we're not taught. It took me a while to discover this. Even though I was still doing it in business, I didn't really realize and really break down what I was doing. So like everybody else, I'm just going through life like a fucking zombie. People are so afraid of robots taking over their jobs, which they have, right? In certain circumstances. Because humans are very inefficient. And robots could work forever until they break down. And then we just fix them. They'll keep on working again. And we have yet to make ourselves so valuable to where we're like, no, yeah, I could probably make 6 robot arms to build this fucking car, but I really need that eye, that touch. And Jim has made himself a subject matter expert in that shit. Again, that was something you can fucking control. You can't control robots coming into the workplace. You can sure as fuck control your value, though. Because when you're valuable, a company's going to realize that, and they're going to see where else they can put you at. They don't want to lose. Trust me, people always say, companies suck. Companies don't give a fuck. No, it's not that. Companies are cutthroat. Because it is about financials, no doubt about it. But because they spend so much fucking money in training you and giving you all this knowledge, you think they really want to give you up? Just think about that shit. I need to control my peace. Now, if I'm just horrible at balancing the books as a company, I have no choice but to let 3,000 people go. Then, yeah, as a company, I fucked up. I saw this coming 6 quarters ago. Right? Again, find that portion of that story that you can control. It's huge. Comes down to your emotions as well. You can control all the emotions that I spoke about earlier in the podcast. Your frustration level. Whoever got you frustrated, you have to look at could have you controlled it in that moment? Or was this a preemptive moment that could have been avoided? That you could have did certain things prior to that could have avoided you from being frustrated, angry, sad, unhappy, whatever feeling that you're having. That's something you really want to look at and really break down. Johnny does not know it all. Johnny does not have it all figured out. Let me fucking tell you. What I am doing now is putting myself in a situation to where I can figure shit out. I'm being more purposeful in my decisions and my choices to ensure that I am doing what I am desiring to do. That's right. That is right. You know, making this podcast is making me $0.00. Like most people that are doing podcasts, they're in the negative. They're putting money out to host it, to buy equipment, to pay a website to do feeds, to distribute it to someone else, another website. Working to come up with content and asking people for interviews. So what the fuck is the deal? What is the deal? It's not a secret, people. You have all the answers, man. You just tend to shoot yourself down a lot. I get it because it's easy. It's easy to shut yourself down than to let someone else shut you down. It's easy to tell yourself, hey, that's a bad idea. When your friend or family member is telling you, hey, that sucks, it's a bad idea. Because they just don't get your shit. Now, I put a post up on IG. And the post, if I remember it right, has, people running through a finish line. A particular person is breaking through the finish line. And then on the side, I have it's a to-do list saying, to-do list goals, check, and, take action today. And then I put a check next to it. And the last one, as I remember, says, remove certain people from your life. Remove certain people. That was one of the to-do lists. Now, when people tend to say remove certain people, if you feel like that person needs to seriously be removed from your life, then that's up to you, of course. If you feel that their energy, their just being in your space is all fucked up, then you do what you gotta do. But removing people doesn't necessarily mean giving up on your friends or family. It really just means stop spending so much fucking time with them. Doesn't mean you can't call them, check up on them because you love them. Doesn't mean that they're bad people. I think that's where people get confused when someone says, hey, you got to change up your circle. You do. But it's not always a fact of just dropping people to the death, or unfriending someone on Facebook because that's the oh my God moment, right? Which I still don't understand why people get so upset if someone unfriends them on Facebook. Before Facebook, you knew where you fucking stood. Like, come on. But anyway, removing people from your life it's broader than just a simple dropping somebody off the planet, right? What it comes down to is this: changing your circle to include people that have the same vibe, aspirations, and goals that you do. Also including people who are already there above you doing it. They're 1 step, 3 steps, 10 steps, 100 steps ahead of you already. So you want to include those people into your circle, change your circle up. Now the time that you spend with those folks is where you're going to have to really divide that with the people that you love so much, right? And sometimes that means you have to be selfish and give those people less time with you. And that's when I say remove certain people from your life, is because they're not assisting you in your movement. They're great people, Grandma's a great person, but grandma doesn't understand social media. So my time with grandma may just be a phone call once a week. My best friend Ken, I may call him once a month. Love you, bro, but you're not giving me what I need. Or sometimes it's vice versa. My best friend Ken, you're giving me exactly what I need. Exactly what I want. So I'm going to keep you on that side. I have to add to you. Because you do have people, it's not always about removing someone, it's about also keeping people. And about always changing your circle. So if you have that best friend Ken that's going to give you what you're looking for, not a yes man. Not a yes man. But someone who honestly gets your creativity, your purpose, and your movement. Yes, put them on, keep them on the bill. Now you say, okay, this is the energy and the purposeful person in my life that I need. Let's add to that person. But you have to make those changes. Some of you are saying, I don't have to drop grandma? I can still call that bitch once a fucking week or once a month? Absolutely. Yes, you have to switch it up, man. But it doesn't necessarily always mean you have to take people out of your life. Right? You have to remove certain people from your circle. All right? Your inner circle is going to change somewhat. Your family's going to be your family. And you're going to fuck with crazy-ass Uncle Joe. Because he's just fucking crazy-ass Uncle Joe. And you already know he's fucking crazy. So Joe's in the circle on the holidays. You gotta tolerate his ass. He's in your face. He's in your circle. Done. We're not giving Joe, special treatment. You're not giving Joe insight to what the fuck you're doing. You're just letting Uncle Joe be Uncle Joe and let him talk shit. But your network has to be built up. Your circle has to be built around your network. The people around you really have to represent the moment that you're in. You can have someone in your crew which, back home in Brooklyn, you got your boys, it's a crew. You know what I'm saying? That's your crew. And you got to change out members of your crew sometimes. Hey, bands do it all the time, right? You got to change the lead singer. You may got to change the drummer or the guitarist or the bassist. It happens all the time. You got to find certain people with the proper skill set. But you have to make that moment in life and really say, this is what I need. This is what I don't need. This is what I need to exclude. Like I said, maybe sometimes, yeah, you seriously may have to just get a motherfucker out your life. That's also part of it too. I don't see it being a large part of it compared to you really just divvying up your time differently and removing people from your time. Your effort, your energy, compared to physically removing someone from your life because they're just totally bad for you. Some people just can't offer you what you need at the time while you're changing, while you're moving forward. Mom is great. Mom is great at being there for me when I need mom. Mom doesn't know shit about social media. So me really explaining to mom about fucking social media, I could be using that time to be talking to someone who does know a lot about social media that's going to potentially be SEO for me and help move my agenda forward. Mom is still there. You know what I'm saying? Mom hasn't moved. But this is something that you really have to think about. This is something you really have to go forward with. Yeah, let's end it with that, folks. It's been another one, people. Thank you for listening to Johnny's Corner.